Okay, it's controversy time. We're going to talk about a lot of the changes that happened in Disney World this year, and we're going to rank them from best to worst, in our opinion. And we can't wait to hear your opinion, so let's get started. Hey everybody, it's AJ from Disney Food Blog, and we are going to talk about some changes this year. We know a lot of things have changed, opened, updated this year in Walt Disney World, but some of them have been great and some of them have kind of been duds, right? So we want to talk about the best to worst changes in Disney World this year and hopefully give you a few tips along the way for planning your own Disney trips based on these. So first up, we're going to talk about transportation upgrades. So those bus upgrades and wraps, charging on the go, we love it. So this to us is one of the best changes Disney has made this year. So those bus upgrades include laminate flooring, blue plastic seats, and USB outlets. Now, we don't care that much about the blue plastic seats, but we do care a lot about the USB outlets. So these sensational 6 buses are brand new with all the new features, and some pre-existing buses have also been updated. Bus wraps we've seen include Frozen, Lion King, Moana, Monsters Inc., Guardians of the Galaxy, and more. These upgraded buses definitely do have those USB outlets. So if you don't like dealing with a car on property and you don't want to pay for a minivan or Uber, bus travel is now a little more fun with those bus wraps and functional thanks to the outlets. We're also seeing those monorail refurbs. So the silver monorail was the first to be refurbished with that new exterior wrap, new silver seats, and a more monochromatic look inside. And though the monorails have perhaps seemed tired in recent years, Disney's taking steps to enhance them. So we're very excited about that. And that ranks high on our list of Disney changes this year. Also want to talk about that Magic Kingdom walkway. This is the unconfirmed walkway that maybe won't happen, but probably will. It's not been officially confirmed by Disney, but we did share about a new permit that they submitted earlier this summer for a walkway between the Grand Floridian and the Magic Kingdom. So that way you'd effectively connect the Polynesian to Magic Kingdom and the Transportation and Ticket Center to Magic Kingdom by walking path, since you can walk between Transportation and Ticket Center to Poly and then from Poly to Grand Floridian. So we're pretty excited about that and hoping that that comes to fruition. And that Skyliner is open, so we've got a whole video dishing the details of this transportation mega upgrade. So check that one out or head to DisneyFoodBlog.com for more details. The Skyliner, I think, is a great addition to Disney World. I know not all of you agree, but I think it'll be really fun to add those easy transportation options from so many more resorts. All right, next big change that we think ranks high on our list is the mobile order takeover. So all the new locations have been added to mobile order. Several resort locations have been added recently, including Captain Cook's at the Polynesian, Sasagula Floatworks, Port Orleans French Quarter, the Mara at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and Artist Palette at Saratoga Springs. So all the value resort food courts are now on mobile order, and mobile order provides a convenient way to potentially bypass long quick service lines. So it's going to save you a ton of time. Saves us a ton of time all the time when we're in Disney World. And this can be especially helpful in the morning when those food courts are overrun and super crowded before everyone heads to the parks. So use mobile order. It's one of the best totally free tech hacks you can use to skip that line. Next big change that we think is pretty great and ranks high on our list is more varied dining options in Disney World. So we've got that huge vegetarian change that just came out. There's plant-friendly food guides in Magic Kingdom, and Disney just announced that we're going to see vegetarian meals, appetizers, desserts on every single table service menu. And we're going to see a brand new vegetarian logo that's going to show people very, very quickly the plant-based items on both counter service and table service menus. So they're making it a lot more plant-based, food-friendly in the parks, which is great. We're also seeing a lot more keto options. So those of us who are eating keto, chicken skewers in Magic Kingdom, those chicken wings at Captain Cook's, customizable bowls from Satuli Canteen can be made closer to keto, charcuterie boards from Baseline Tap House and a few other places are great options. And we also found Octane coffee that you can get over at the Disney World Swan and Dolphin resorts. And this is basically bulletproof coffee for those of you who are eating keto. Bulletproof coffee with MCT oil and butter in it. So that's definitely going to help you if you're doing intermittent fasting or eating keto. So it's always great to see Disney taking special diets into account in a more direct way. They've always been great with special diets, but it's awesome to see even more changes moving in that direction. Now, if you do have questions about ingredients or whether items are safe for your allergy or diet, just ask your server or a cast member, and a chef should be able to come and speak to you about that. Next on our list of best to worst changes Disney's made this year, more new restaurants and resorts. Now, to me, I think this is great. As for restaurants, we got Takumi Te this summer. This offers an a la carte menu and the omakase tasting menu. It's $130 per person over there in Epcot's Japan Pavilion. It's a gorgeous restaurant that truly transports you out of the theme park, even though it's right in the middle of Epcot. And while the food here is a little bit pricey and the experience is significant in terms of time investment, it is a beautiful meal. So if you're looking for something really fancy or extravagant to do in Epcot, this is a great option for you. We also got Toledo. Now, this is not technically a signature item, but it's still a very date night location up there at Grand Destino Tower at Coronado Springs Resorts. Beautiful atmosphere with proximate views of Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot. 80% of its vintage wines are from Spain. Really fun menu, and overall it's great for those who enjoy Spanish tapas and bold flavors. Topolino's Terrace will also be opening soon this year, located at the top of Disney's Riviera Resort. This one's going to open December 16th, and it'll offer a 1-credit character breakfast and a 2-credit signature dinner. So this is going to be a blend of Italian and French cuisine inspired by the Riviera region. You might be able to see some fireworks from up there as well. Other new restaurants we saw open this year, Haleo opened way back in March in Disney Springs and brought another James Beard Award-winning chef, Chef Jose Andres, to Disney Springs. And we do have Space 220 opening in the next few months. This one's going to be over at Epcot and, of course, have that incredible view of space. However, they're going to plan to do that. That was going to be really cool and fun, I imagine, at least to see the first time. And, of course, we got that Toy Story Land barbecue restaurant coming. So that's going to be an even more family-friendly option on the horizon. As for new resorts, Grand Destino Tower opened at Coronado Springs Resort. Riviera Resort is going to be opening soon. And we have a couple more resorts coming that have been announced. So we've got a lot more rooms on Disney World property for you to stay. That opened or will be opening this year. Next big change that happened this year that we wanted to rank is more free dining deals. So this year we had 2 free dining offerings. We've only ever had 1 free dining session before, and this year Disney ran 2 special offers for free dining. The first was for summer dates, and it came out January 2nd, and the second offer was for various dates in September, November, and December, meaning you can get your free dining for trips around Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is an awesome deal. Now, Disney usually offers deals like this during low crowd seasons, but this year it happened during a busy period, the summer, so we've been experiencing lower than average crowds kind of all year long. So this deal is meant to entice people to visit. Who knows if crowds this holiday season will be their regular park closing for capacity craziness, or if they'll be a little mellower. We'll wait and see. Next change that ranks relatively high on our list is Galaxy's Edge. Now, this is probably the biggest opening this year. Galaxy's Edge was honestly not what anyone was expecting. There was so much hype before this land opened, and we were prepared for massive, insane crowds at both Disneyland and Disney World and jaw-dropping character interactions, and we didn't really get any of that. Galaxy's Edge was billed as an incredibly immersive land with storylines that you could create for yourself and might follow you through the land. And while we've had some great interactions with cast members working in the cantina and other locations, we haven't really experienced those involved storylines that we were told about before Galaxy's Edge opened. So the land overall is really detailed. If you're a Star Wars fan, there's nothing that's going to beat it. And honestly, for a lot of people, it's the best new land in the Disney parks. So if you're not so into Star Wars, you might be feeling a little bit underwhelmed, though you probably will have a good time. And my experience has been that the more you go, the more you see and understand and enjoy the land. So if there's an opportunity for you to go multiple times and really immerse yourself in it, it probably will make a little bit more sense to you if you're not a straight up Star Wars fan. So while Galaxy's Edge wasn't exactly what we expected, there were still some pros that came out of it. All right, the next major change we want to talk about, now we're getting more to the middle of our ranking. This one's pretty controversial whether people like it or not. The paper straw and refillable amenities transition. So this focus on conservation was announced in 2018, and Disney has made some pretty big strides on reducing single-use plastics in the past year. But some of the green options have not been super well received by a lot of Disney guests. First up, paper straws. Not great. If you're not drinking that drink quickly, quickly these things are going to fall apart, not to mention they add kind of a weird flavor to your drink. So we bring reusable straws to the park or just forego a straw completely. And in some places in Disney World, you may still find plastic straws. The rollout has been spotty, so you never know what you're going to get, but I can always recommend bringing reusable straws with you to Walt Disney World. And also that shampoo, conditioner, and body wash bottles in the rooms have been swapped out for refillable versions mounted in the shower at many Disney resorts. Now, if you don't enjoy sharing your shampoo with the last person who stayed in your room, this is your notice to bring your own. You'll still sometimes get those mini extras like aloe vera and lotion in deluxe rooms, but moderate and value resorts will just have the refillable bottles and hand soap. So as you might guess, these have kind of been received with hot and cold responses from guests. And while many of us are super happy to help Disney reduce their impact on the environment, we're still coming prepared with our own reusable straws and hair products from home. All right, the next big change that again is another hot and cold response situation are those new park rules. So the no big stroller, no ice, and no smoking rules that came out on May 1st. Strollers are now limited to 32 inches wide and 52 inches long, and stroller wagons are no longer permitted at all. And so the size constraints may be a bit frustrating for parents, especially parents of multiples. This may ease the flow of traffic through the park. So again, pros and cons. And as of May 1st, there are also no longer smoking areas in the theme parks, water parks, or at ESPN Wide World of Sports. So designated smoking areas are available outside of the park entrances and in Disney Springs and Disney World resorts. And vaping is also limited to designated smoking areas. So non-smokers may see this as a positive change, while smokers will need to plan their breaks accordingly. So again, hot and cold responses to this. And then there's that weird ice rule. As of March 28th, loose and dry ice are no longer permitted in the park. So if you bring in a cooler, we recommend using those reusable ice packs. Now, overall, these rules are in place to make Disney World more pleasant for everyone. So while some of these are a bit controversial and may make a few people's trips a little more difficult or at least require some pre-planning, generally these changes are for the better, except maybe for the ice one, because let's be real, those mini fridges in the Disney hotels aren't keeping an ice pack frozen. All right, the next change that we want to put on our ranking, now we're getting down towards the bottom a little bit, are those dud openings. Disney opened a couple of things this year that just sort of fell flat. The first one is NBA Experience. This opened August 12th to mildly enthusiastic reviews, and it offers several interactive experiences, including dribble, draft, and dunk, among others, to bring guests into the world of the NBA. Now, I'm not sure if Disney overestimated their sports-loving base, or at least the base willing to pay $30 to virtually play basketball, but they're already offering deals and freebies for cast members to get in, and it's clearly not as popular as they thought it would be. Now, don't get us wrong, there's a lot of fun activities and interactive areas for little ones, and it could be a great rainy day activity if you're very into basketball. Overall, this one just doesn't seem to be a slam dunk for Disney. Also, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy has kind of fallen flat. Now, don't get us wrong, this show is cute, and if you have little ones or love the Cars films, you're gonna love it. But if you're only in Hollywood Studios for Tower of Terror or Rock and Roller Coaster or Galaxy's Edge or Toy Story Land, you're probably gonna want to skip this one. The show is pretty tucked away next to Rock and Roller Coaster, and it's a big theater, so you're probably only gonna have to wait for the previous show to let out to head on in. Once inside, you're surrounded by gigantic wraparound screens, which are most of the show, and there is an awesome animatronic Lightning McQueen with some really great effects. But overall, this is 10 to 12 minutes of an animatronic car talking at you. So with the space and technology, we feel like this could have been something just a tad more impressive for those kiddos who love Lightning. The next big change that ranks a little bit lower on our list is the PhotoPass machines, those automated PhotoPass photographers. So instead of a photographer, the automated camera is located in a themed box or case. And there's a PhotoPass kiosk where you scan your Magic Band after your photos are taken. The system was on a timer during our most recent experience, and it takes a few photos of you while you're over there standing with the character. Now, we've noticed the system at Mickey and Minnie's Meet and Greet in Magic Kingdom and at Tinkerbell and Chewbacca's Meet and Greets as well. During our recent visit to Royal Summer House, we saw what appeared to be components of the system, but they were not yet in use for Anna and Elsa's meet and greet. The reason why this ranks a little bit lower on our list of openings is because those automated boxes aren't really performing at the highest capacity yet. They're not giving us the best pictures they can. A lot of people have been sending us pictures that are kind of pretty funny, actually, because it's just like their back or their dad standing there waving at them with the character. So the automated cameras haven't quite yet been able to get those fun, candid shots that a PhotoPass photographer can get. So we're a little concerned about people who are maybe doing proposals or gender reveals, not getting the pictures that they really should get that a PhotoPass photographer could take for them with those character meet and greets. So this has been a really slow rollout, and there are still lots of PhotoPass photographers around. So we've only seen these automated boxes in a few places. And Disney's tried this before and hasn't kind of completed the rollout. So we'll kind of see what happens moving forward with this one. And the change that's at the bottom of our list as we rank these changes are the price increases. Those dessert parties, tickets, annual passes, etc. Everything's gotten a price increase in the past year. And they're never something we want to hear about at Disney World, but they really jacked up the prices this year. So annual pass price increases came out of nowhere just before the opening of Galaxy's Edge with a big jump of around $150. And those date-based tickets also saw a price jump around the holidays. So Christmas Day and New Year's Eve, we're now going for $159 for a single day, single park ticket. We also saw parking price increases, and it feels like Disney World just announced resorts would be charging for the parking. We've already had price increases on those. So we're still seeing more increases coming. The happily ever after dessert parties are increasing in price for parties starting February 1st, 2020. And that's $10 increase for adults at all 3 tiers of the party and nearly that much for kids under 9. So we often see ticket prices in October, so hopefully we're not going to get hit with even more price hikes, but as always, you can follow the latest news at DisneyFoodblog.com, but it does feel like the price increases have just been overwhelming this year. So that's our ranking of the changes in Disney World. Let us know if you think that we ranked them incorrectly. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Stick with us as even more Disney changes are on their way. This is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.